Welcome to the T40's podcast, number 29. You're here with me, Ryan.
Yeah, 10 days of lockout with Ryan. We were trying to agree on a revenue share, and
I got 53%.
Fortunately for Ryan,
51.5.
Fortunately for Ryan, he's not black, so we're getting about the same. So I'm Michael.
I'm Alex.
And I am Benson.
It's the T40's podcast. If you got anything to say to us, call us at 218-666-8407 or podcast at T40's.com. We got a good show today. We got some voicemails. We got beer of the week. Mike's going to talk about food.
We don't have any
porn.
voicemails.
Yeah, we don't have any voicemails.
Oh, we don't. We have emails.
We
have
lots of
emails.
emails.
It's different, Ryan.
Mike said talk about food or something. Benson's got some movie segments, and then we'll do the rest of it with top 3 movies, top 5 most wanted, etc. So, we do have a lot of emails. Thank you for sending all those in. We'll try to get through them as quick as possible, I guess, because there's like...
We don't need to go as quick as possible.
Matt sent in an email that says, I realized that my Google Voice account cut off my message. It was probably way too long, but it didn't really want to call again because the input seemed excessive. So here it is in haiku form. People marry fast. Way too many divorces. Wait longer, dumb shits.
Wait longer, dumb shit. I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is very poetic.
I think that was Confucius that said
Confucius?
that. Even though he didn't do haikus at all.
I think it was a guy who sent us the voicemail.
Dude, I don't think that I could mix Chinese and Japanese culture better,
You're Western, people just excuse it.
They all got squinty eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Steve sent in an email. He says, sorry.
So horrible.
He said, hey guys, sorry about the Linux stand. Didn't realize it was out of bounds. In addition to allowing the internet is also a place to freely discuss topics like Linux and extraordinary renditions. Of real life, you get blank books from most of America. Do you dislike the people behind Linux, or there's a reason there is another taboo?
The person that you guys know as Silent Roommate loves Linux more than anyone I've ever met in my life, and to the point where he refuses to use Windows for anything.
He is. I would consider him a pretty hardcore gamer. He likes, first-person shooters on PC and shit. He's bad at them, but he really likes them. But instead of using, Windows like everybody else does to play games, he refuses to do that and instead goes through Wine and then complains when the games don't render properly.
Even worse, he purposely buys Linux-only games to give money to those developers, even though I ask him, how's this game? He says it's terrible. So you're just giving them more money to make terrible games? Thanks a lot.
They're never going to learn their lesson.
And the thing is, he's so set in his ways, he doesn't even dual boot. If you like Linux, sure, whatever. But you can dual boot to play Windows games.
No!
I even offered to get it for free. He's stupid.
We're already Linuxing here.
Also, he's not the only person that was like that I met.
We will say we have no problem with Linux. It's just Linux.
Oh, I do if you're trying to run a home theater PC off of it. You're an idiot.
Okay. Justin chimed in to say that your segment about the gun bill that was trying to get passed was all wrong.
Yeah.
Do some research next time, I guess.
Okay.
No clue.
Yeah, Frazier sent in an email asking, he says, in the podcast you mentioned that ordering tea makes you an asshole from a service perspective, but I'm going to have to play some sort of diplomatic immunity card here and ask if I can have an explanation just so I understand. I worked in service, but in England tea is a no big deal. So he's from the UK.
Okay, so here's the difference. People in the US do not drink tea. So oftentimes the tea is not in the same place as the rest of the beverages.
Like the coffee's usually ready.
Yeah, the coffee's usually ready. So that's one thing. Secondly, I don't know how it isn't a pain in the ass because you have to take 2 things out instead of 1 thing. So it takes up more room on your tray, or it just...
It's also a waiting game, too, because it's cheap.
A lot of times you don't want to use a tray, and you have to. You have to use a tray if you have tea because it's hot.
Well, plus normal restaurants' tea here is garbage.
Well,
so.
yeah, that's
there's more of a culture thing in England to have tea after lunch, and everyone doesn't care about it.
Yeah, I think if, maybe in England they hate how much people drink coffee. I don't know. I hated coffee too.
I hate how much people drink coffee.
I hated that too, but hot tea was worse because it was 2 things you had to carry out instead of 1.
It's basically just more of an annoyance, essentially.
Yeah, right. and you had to get out all the teas.
Plus, they're doing it just because they're trying to be fancy. No one here in America drinks tea at all. There's
just like
someone does.
There's some people that drink
maybe
a lot of
one
tea.
person every 2 weeks. That was about the number, which is crazy. It wasn't a lot.
Max wrote in the talk about tipping on your segment about tipping.
Yeah.
He says,
tipping on Phobos.
I was listening to your section on tipping and thought that you might like to know about tipping in the UK because it's a bit different since there's not a lower minimum wage for servers. In fact, a couple of years ago, there was an issue where tips wouldn't actually go to the server. If the total tips they got per hour was less than minimum wage, they would only be paid enough to make the total money they would equal minimum wage. So
right.
That kind of sucks, I guess.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't serve there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking bullshit,
The
dude.
entirety food system of England just collapses. No, just don't do it anymore.
I do stand by everything I said about tipping, though. Just saying.
My list was talking about the Qantas jet thing that you were talking about last week.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Basically, I guess the Prime Minister of Australia had to leave a couple hours before Obama to meet him somewhere from the same location because the PM's plane is so much slower than Air Force One that they need to get a head start.
Actually, that's not what he's talking about.
Oh, that's not what he's talking about? I thought he said something about that, too.
I thought that's what... He also said thank you for the word scary font.
Oh, scary. That's what it was. I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a thing
I wasn't here last week. Don't ask me.
See, I wish I had it up on my phone, but I don't have email on my phone.
Yeah, the article you linked says Qantas booked blackout notices before grounding fleet.
Yeah, so that was about... He got the witness scary font, I think, and so... Yeah, you're going to see it a lot. I actually haven't seen CNN use it in a while. I think they're saving up. They don't want to scare people during the holidays. It may make them buy less. So
Matt sent in something that said he was talking about how this woman pepper sprayed some other Black Friday shoppers.
That's a good idea.
Good. He also says, also, one county north of where I live in West Tennessee, a woman left her 2 kids strapped in their car seats, locked in the car in 40-degree weather to go inside and shop at midnight. Someone called the cops on her and she got arrested, of course. Hooray.
Did she get what she wanted though?
I don't know.
She get in?
Yeah,
Good question.
She get that TV?
Kids, look what I got. Kids?
They're shaking.
Yay, Mom. Then Zach sent us in some more links about the Occupy Wall Street protest. It's a pretty long email, so I'm not going to read all of it.
Okay.
But he said, I worked in retail, technically can't mention where for legal reasons, but we had a teenage girl getting trampled around a display of Blu-ray DVDs, a little dog pile of customers fighting around the same area, and another girl getting pushed into a cell phone display with a wave of customers behind him once the sale started. The girl who got trampled had to be taken away in an ambulance.
Holy shit.
That's so amazing to me.
It says, unfortunately, the guy who trampled her will probably not get caught because the description was a tall man who was wearing the Detroit Lions jersey.
So they were in Michigan.
Yeah, they're in Michigan.
That doesn't surprise me.
He got away. It's the first time the Lions ever won.
The kicker, also after my shift, I went to Best Buy to pick up a couple things, and there was someone getting sent off in an ambulance there as well.
Just driving by, he's like, oh, I've seen this before.
So thanks for all the emails. They're pretty good ones this week.
Yeah,
Black Friday.
Really good. So off to beer
Off
of the
the beer
week,
of the land.
right?
Yeah, so the
Beer of the land.
Beer of the land, week land. I got this beer for my birthday. I'm going to say it's totally wrong. Abbe de Alune Triple Brunde 9. Is that right?
Something like that.
it was wrong.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's Belgian. It's
It was
Alne.
yeah.
It was wrong.
It's a Belgian triple. It's 9%.
I've not gotten to try it.
It's
Let me see
decently malty. It has kind of like a molasses taste in the beginning of it. It's pretty good. I wouldn't spend the amount
I
of
would
money.
definitely
to
say
spend.
molasses at
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
It's got a clean finish though.
Yeah, it's nice. I
Kinda
wouldn't
fruity.
spend the $10 on it, but
No.
9%.
yeah, well, 9% too.
I'd recommend Steel over it.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would.
It's good, but
It's all right.
I wouldn't say it's
$10 good.
Some of the other Belgian ales I had earlier in the week were good. But I guess we're going on to you, Mike. What do you got to talk about, food or something?
So there's a trend that I'm sick of seeing, and I'm actually probably a little guilty of it myself. Now, I watch a fair share of what would be called food porn, and this is something that I know you hate, Benson.
Yes, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah. And I do watch a lot of it. I watch, whenever there's nothing else on, I will watch food porn. So, I watch it a lot. And mainly that's because I'm sad, but also because it makes me think of new things I could try with food in the future.
So,
it gives me like new combinations of food I could be interested in the future. So when I go to a restaurant, I'll go, oh, okay, well, I'll try that.
So is this
and
food
see.
porn like stuff on the food channel?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the best thing
It's
I ever
the-
ate, or I'm making this, and I could never make it.
It's
That's
the
how I'm
show,
saying
It's
it.
the shows that make something and they don't even really explain stuff, and it's really more about just, hey, this looks good. Don't you want to eat this?
Or even if it's a cooking show where they're using ingredients that I could never get.
yeah, they're
it's
using like a pound of saffron or
Yeah, I
something.
know,
It's like,
it's
this
like-
costs
like-
more than gold to make.
And they tell you that, they go, it's really expensive, but it's worth it. It's like, I can't.
No, it's
I
not.
can't even
Only if
find
you're
that
rich,
shit.
then it's
What
worth
are you
it.
talking about? But, anyways, so, while it's certainly like vapid is kind of an empty thing to watch, I'm not against food porn completely. But what I am against...
It's a hardcore food porn.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was going to say. It's the food porn that's of gross food, or what I call gross food porn.
So
this is
American Pie when he fucks the pie. Is
no.
That's all right.
No, I love that. That guy was on to something.
Two turduckens, one stove.
Yeah. This is actually, you could use porn, normal porn, as an analogy for this. You know, I'm game for some straight porn, maybe some reverse cowgirl, even a titty fuck.
Reverse
cowgirl.
Whoa, now reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, you're getting crazy.
But DVDA or DP or multiple cocks in a hole, I don't do that. It's too much sex. It's too over the top. You know. Now this is the same with gross food, and gross food porn is everywhere. For instance, you got like Denny's Baconalia. You know, it was a 10-week celebration of all things bacon. They had such
10
things.
weeks?
10 weeks.
So it's like 2 months long?
Yeah, they were.
What is it called? Baconalia?
Baconalia.
This is like millennia with bacon or something? I don't know.
I'm imposing a rule here. If something lasts longer than a month, it's not a celebration anymore. Then it's just something you're doing. Because if it takes 2 months to celebrate bacon...
It's like 2.5.
Yeah.
Bacon's pretty cool, man. I mean,
makes no
with
sense.
Lent, you don't need to celebrate Jesus Christ or anything. Let's go with the bacon.
Hey, Jesus gets 1 day. Well, a couple days, I guess, count Easter and everything. But,
it gets spread out.
yeah.
He gets every day from me.
He doesn't get 2 months.
So they have things like bacon meatloaf and bacon pancakes.
Oh.
Now these are
gross.
things that maybe could work.
Bacon meatloaf could work. Bacon pancakes sounds disgusting.
Maybe
That's
it
just
could.
over the
I don't
top.
know. But Denny's had shitty bacon and shitty
Yes.
product, and without any and without any inventiveness, they kind of just throw the bacon in. It's just like bits of bacon thrown into pancake batter. It's like you're not doing anything.
Are they just
here.
using like that salad red bacon bits?
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like that, but I think they actually use real
People
bacon.
don't know it's not bacon.
And however, even worse, the maple bacon sundae could never work.
What?
In
Is that
any
real?
case,
So
yeah.
wait, is that ice cream with maple syrup
It's
and
ice
bacon?
cream, maple syrup on it with bacon bits, like a ton of bacon bits on it, probably like 3 strips.
Now the question is,
bacon.
a cake batter ice cream?
No,
That's gross.
Yeah, those are tastes that don't work together. That just would never taste good.
it's disgusting, right? I mean,
that's gross.
But again, they are feeding a demand created by us. We think this food, at least a sizable portion of our public, is cool and decadent.
This is a demand that's really been created by the internet, though. The bacon thing.
Yeah.
It's totally the internet.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get into that, actually.
Okay.
So, why do we think this food sounds good? Well, people's
'Cause it's
palates...
manly.
Well, one thing, people's palates are fucked up. They just are totally screwed up. They eat processed food, fast food all the time. So, they need to eat really crazy things to taste it.
A lot of sugar, a lot of fats, a
Yeah.
lot of salt.
I mean, corn syrup.
Yeah, corn syrup.
No corn salt, sugar. Corn sugar.
But as Benson alluded to, the media also confirms and even supports these like screwed up perceptions of food. So like a prime example of this is Man vs. Food, where a guy by the name of Adam Richman gorges himself on copious amounts of some calorie-dense food. Usually this show consists of 2 things. Either a place with good food or a place that just serves a lot of a portion of food.
Exactly.
And there's never a mix.
Or something really spicy.
Yeah, that's the other one too.
It's funny to watch like the box art of him just get progressively heavier.
Yeah, it's pretty great. He must gain like 50 pounds since
50?
that show. Yeah,
I think
like,
he gained more than that.
you think so?
From the beginning? Yeah.
He's gotten a lot fatter. Anyways,
Fuck that guy.
here's an example of one of the food challenges he did that exemplifies bad food porn.
This might not be balanced yet, so I'm going to see here.
I got it.
Ready?
Every time someone knocks one out of the park, they earn a spot on the menu. Sean Riley was the first to finish the 3-pound burger. Paul Jones, the 4-pounder. Today, the challenge stands at a whopping 5 pounds.
Okay, so I'm going to go into this because it doesn't completely explain.
Whopping!
It's a 5-pound
This
burger.
is a 5-pound burger with 2 pounds of cheese and bacon on
Oh,
it.
what?
With
Oh, so that's not a 5-pound burger
No.
anymore.
It's a
No.
7-pound burger.
Well, yeah,
at
but
this
that's
point.
how they measure burgers.
Wait, so is it 3 pounds of
meat?
meat and then they just...
Well,
each
is this pre-
patty? They have to put a slice of cheese on it and 2 strips of bacon.
So,
So,
is
it
it
adds
total
up to 2
7 pounds or is it total
Is this
5?
pre or
It's,
after
it's
cooking?
7 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Before or after cooking?
Probably after, but still it doesn't matter. Or before, I'm sorry.
Before.
Probably before, but anyways.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So anyways,
Yeah, that's horrible.
but also they have to eat 5 pounds of fries.
What?
Yeah, so
What?
it's 12 pounds of food.
That's way harder.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah, it's twice as hard.
How many calories is that?
I don't fucking know. Thousands and
A
thousands.
monthly amount.
Now,
Yeah.
I love burgers, but this fucking monstrosity, all those, I mean, there are like tons of patties, probably 10, 12 in there. It's between one set of buns.
How's that going to taste good?
It won't. That's what I'm saying. It would
eating
taste
meat.
gross. There's no vegetables.
You're
There's
just
nothing.
eating ground beef.
Novelty.
This is not just like the DVD of burgers, but this is like a
This will
200
swap AVI of
this
burgers.
Is, no, this is like a 200 person gangbang.
QBQA.
This is way over the top, just cocks everywhere. But now I'm going to go on to the biggest perpetrator of
Did
bad
he wait?
food
Did he eat
porn.
that one? Did he eat the whole thing?
No, he didn't get fucking close.
No one could ever
Dude,
do
no one
that.
has ever done it.
No one could ever do that.
Joey Chestnut.
He could actually, which is disgusting. But now the biggest, to the biggest perpetrator of bad food porn, and the reason why I actually did this segment, Epic Mealtime.
Oh, fuck those guys.
I was going to tiptoe around these guys because I know a lot of people like them, but after seeing their bacon truck video, I have to say these guys suck.
Is the bacon truck like the bang bus?
It's basically like that. It's actually more perverse. Now, here's a setup of the bacon truck video from one of the Epic Mealtime guys.
What up, Internet? I'm the Sauce Boss, and this is the motherfucking bacon truck in San Francisco.
Boss
I like this
sauce.
guy already.
He's the boss sauce,
Yeah,
man. We
he's,
can't argue with
What
that.
up, internet? That's
Yeah.
how we're starting our podcast.
What up, Internet?
That's how I should have
So-
started it.
What up, Internet?
Now, I love bacon because it's good for me. But,
I think we must post a disclaimer before we continue. We all like bacon, right? I mean,
yeah,
bacon's
I
good.
was going to say
Oh
that.
yeah, I love bacon, but
I love bacon. I think we all
I
love
love it
bacon.
within reason, though.
This is like saying
Yeah.
I love having sex, but I just don't like to do the the whole penetration
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I don't want to share. I don't want to.
shit.
Okay. Anyways.
Oh my god.
But like all food, bacon is, it needs to be balanced out, and bacon's really fatty.
Yeah, you need to
so
have,
you need
like,
some stuff to balance it
Acidy
out.
stuff, yeah.
So here's what they're doing with the ingredient. Here's one of their recipes.
Pork balls. How about we wrap them in some strips, son?
What?
How about some fast ones showing up eating strips raw? What you know about dying?
I love a bacon pile.
The hell is
fuck is
going
going
on?
on?
Okay, so
I hate these videos.
But-
They're so fucking like
schizophrenic.
Yeah.
So their fans are eating raw bacon.
Raw bacon.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you like
It-
to cook worms.
Yeah, and so first
Yeah,
off,
had to
their
cover
meetup
that
fans
pork
are
ball and some
morons.
strips.
Their meetup fans are morons, but and they love it. They are cheering them on when they're eating that raw bacon because they think it's badass. So we got the one recipe, pork ball. It's a piece of pork wrapped in bacon. Let's see what other recipes they happen to have available.
Pork belly? How about we wrap them in some strips, son?
Wait, is that the same one?
No, it's not.
What?
No,
That's a different one?
yeah,
we
it's a
wrap
different one.
it in
You-
some strips, son.
do an instant replay on it because it is a different clip.
I thought I fucked up.
Pork belly? How about we wrap them in some strips,
No, hit
son?
the other one.
The fifth one?
No, the third one.
Pork balls. How about we wrap them in some strips, son?
What is going on in the show? How is this a show?
How about we wrap them in some strips, son?
I got something to say about Epic Mealtime. I hear people like where I work and others talk about it all the time and how amazing it is. And I'm like, okay. You see, like, if I see a picture of, like, bacon turducken, that's funny. I don't need to watch a fucking show about this and listen to how amazing it is. If you were to eat it, you'd spit it out anyway.
Yeah, it's
You're not gonna eat it.
inedible. That's the thing about their food. Like, so they're not only not original in describing what they're making, son, but you also basically made the same dish worse. You took
Yeah.
a piece, probably cooked in a pressure cooker or slow cooked, of pork belly and wrapped it in bacon and did nothing else with it. It's just a fatty mess. Disgust. That's so gross. So there are also clips of them dousing cooked bacon and whiskey and eating it. Just they're not recooking it. They just the alcohol and everything doused on the bacon.
They really hate their liver, don't they?
Yeah, and they also are eating bacon sandwiches with like 10 strips of bacon on it while washing it down with Four Loko. So that's cool.
These guys don't make meals then. They just put foods
No, they
together.
just
They're like food trolls almost.
They just purposely eat the worst thing possible. That's
Yeah.
all it is. This is a joke, so.
But this,
I don't know if they're trolls or they're just whatever, but.
Yeah, well,
Well, they're popular. They have more views than we do.
Yeah, they do.
They're way more popular.
Who doesn't?
But who doesn't? But this is actually the clip that made me the most mad. I'm not even going to set it up. Just play it.
How long have you been vegetarian for?
4 years.
Vegetarian.
There you go, real vegetarian smile right there. All right, okay. Let's make it a meat smile.
Sure?
Yeah.
It's about to cut it.
So this is the point equivalent of that one barely 18-year-old chick going into the room with the 5 guys with huge cocks.
No, that's
what that is.
Yeah, it's Girls
First
Gone Wild.
timers.
It's Girls.
No, Girls Gone Wild are drunk. No, this is different. This is like the stuff you see out of Brazil or something.
Okay, I guess you're the aficionado of Brazilian porn.
I gotta say, okay, so this woman for 4 years did not eat meat. For 4 years, at certain points, I don't know how constant, her friends, some of which went to an epic mealtime meetup, went, dude, you should be eating meat because it's awesome. And she went, no, I'm not going to. I've made a choice. I'm not going to eat meat. Yeah. But then the epic mealtime guys, son, come up.
Those guys are sexy, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're great looking. With their shiny foreheads from cooking all this greasy bacon. They went,
beards.
yo, dog, you going to eat some bacon, son? And they're like, she's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. So you're a fucking whore. I'll say that. You're awful. I don't even know. That doesn't have anything to do with my point.
Raw or what?
She eats it cooked.
Okay.
She's not that stupid.
Quite that disgusting yet.
So, if you think this stuff is awesome, just like if someone who's into scat porn is a sexual deviant, you're a food deviant. You have a deviancy with food. You have a problem. So, there you go. You learned something. Also, additional lesson: epic mealtime. You suck at cooking food.
Yeah.
You're just not good at it.
Well,
so just
I think
get better.
I think that's on purpose, but the fact that many people want to watch that, it's not funny or anything. It's just like,
I mean, I think it's like the first time you see one of those, like, it's kind of funny, but then it's like, okay, now it's the same thing. They're just mixing the grossest possible mix together, making the most insane things. I could think of that.
It's one of those things that you watch and you go, and then you go, wait, this is a series? How does this exist? How do other people watch these over and over?
I think it's like a Tim and Eric short or something.
Yeah. It's like so stupid.
Well, I think it's time to move on to the next topic, son.
Son?
Roll some strips, son.
Roll strips?
Benson, you got stuff about movies? Epic movie time?
Oh, God, shut up. So I'm going to talk about some new movies, and I have... Oh, that's worse. I have a reason that I want to talk about new movies here, and I think, just to preface what I'm going to say, is that I'm going to try to start doing this more regularly, and it's not... because the film industry is doing pretty badly.
Yeah, it's down.
Doing really bad.
If it wasn't for Twilight, we'd all be hurting.
And in a way...
They talk about Happy Feet, man.
In a way...
Yeah, it's doing great.
For us, that's bad in a way, but... I also think it's kind of a good thing because
I think it's very good.
Hollywood
for us.
likes.
They ran out of ideas 3 years ago.
Well, it was longer than that. But yeah, Hollywood likes to shovel crap at you and see what sticks. They don't really care about making movies usually.
Yeah.
Unless,
is there branding?
Yeah, unless they're the
whatever.
right people involved, then it's different. But I want to encourage people to watch movies that are good. Not to just go watch movies, because I don't really care about the film industry for Hollywood, but I care that good movies, because they slip through the cracks.
You're trying to culture America here? That's not going to work.
No, because the people who listen to us are listening to us for a reason, so maybe they'll listen to me.
Are you going to recommend Christmas with a capital C?
No, we watched that this week.
I recommend that movie.
It's on Netflix.
So anyway, I came up with a really simple rating system, and it's called Turnip. And what it is
Sounds complicated already.
No, it's TRNP. That's all it is. It's theaters, rental, Netflix, and poop. If those are the 4 ratings,
I don't
that's
think
it.
that's how you spell turnip, but...
Well, you leave out the U and the I.
You should not be correcting anyone on spelling, Ryan. Shut up.
Yeah, I know, right? You're the last person to tell me about spelling. Okay, so I'm going to discuss 2 films today. The first one's going to be The Muppets, which I saw this week. And the second one is going to be 50-50, which I finally got around to seeing.
Oh, I didn't know you saw that.
I did, and I liked it a lot. But we'll talk about that after The Muppets. So The Muppets is the newest Muppets movie, obviously, but it's just called The Muppets. So the last one was
They're
in.
going Fast and Furious
Does that
on
piss you off when movie series do that? Where,
Yeah, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
like it was the Muppets movie, and now this is the Muppets. So it's like, what?
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
fuck aliens.
It's like the new Mortal Kombat just called Mortal Kombat. Like what?
yeah,
What?
it's dumb.
Yeah, the newest one. You didn't know that?
Oh no!
That's it.
Anyway, this movie's
you mean the game. That's
it's directed by James
movie.
Bobin, who I don't really know.
That's one of the guys from Fly the Conchords, I think.
Okay, and then it's starring Jason Segel, Amy Adams, and I guess Kermit.
Jim Henson.
I guess.
Frank Oz.
Isn't his son
So-
doing it now? Jim Henson's son?
I don't know.
I thought he was
I believe
doing it
he's in
now.
charge of it now. Yeah. So anyway, I liked it overall. I feel that it's worth recommending to anyone who remembers the Muppets fondly.
So everybody 50 over?
No, I was a kid and I liked the Muppets when I was a kid, even though it was
didn't
before
mind it.
my time. But I always thought they were funny, and I don't know. I just always liked the Muppets, and so that's why I wanted to see this movie anyway. But I would say that the last movie was in 1996, and that was Muppet Treasure Island.
No, the last movie was Muppets in Space. And that was in like '99. And that's when where Gonzo goes to space.
Was
and
that
it's
in
really
theaters?
bad? Yeah, it did really bad.
Really? I don't remember that movie.
Oh,
I
there's
don't
a
think I
good
ever
reason
saw it.
why.
Anyway, if you like the Muppets, you'll like this movie probably. If you like cameos, you'll love this movie because
don't really
it's
like cameos.
all cameos.
Is Neil
Seriously.
Patrick Harris in it?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, the
is in
total
it.
guest too.
Neil Patrick Harris is in the movie.
Does he sing?
So
I'd be
I
shocked if
don't.
he didn't.
I think he does a little, but not
Okay.
much. I don't remember. I think there are a few problems with the movie overall, and I'm not going to spoil anything with either movie, so you don't have to worry
The
about that.
Muppets died, didn't they?
Most of them. Well, see,
All the black ones did.
the
Just
biggest
the old guys live. That's it.
the biggest problem with the movie is that the
He
musical.
died first.
I let you do your fucking segment.
I'm not saying anything. They keep talking.
The problem with the movie that I have, there's a couple, but one of the bigger ones is that even though it's a musical, which is cool because Muppet movies are always musicals, some of the music numbers are way too long. And I'm like,
Hate that.
get through it. I'm like, come on, all right, I got you. Because, in some movies, particularly Muppet movies, they generally do a good job of advancing the plot with a song. That's what you're supposed to do in musicals.
Right.
That's how musical theater works. But these songs sometimes feel like they're just telling you how they feel right then, and it's like, dude, I already know. It's a movie. I can tell how the character's feeling. You don't need to sing a 3-minute song about it. No.
Kermit's a star actor. I know how he feels.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think you should. He's Kermit.
He's being green.
So there's that. And the problem is, though, the issue is heightened because the movie has a weird setup where I don't feel that it optimizes its time correctly. Not just with pacing, but this movie feels like there's 3 A plots. And
What?
it's really weird. It's really weird. And you have to watch it to understand. But, if you don't understand what that means, a lot of people who aren't into screenwriting or filmmaking, there's usually an A plot, B plot, and possibly a C plot in your movie. And the A plot would be like the character escapes from Somali pirates with $1 million. That's the A plot. That's the main story.
The B plots, he falls in love with the girl.
The B plot is he gets the girl. Yeah, that he's been trying
I
to
thought
woo.
you were going to say he started a mini golf
And
course.
well, no, that's the C plot actually. The C plot is always
He's like,
someone's
at
dream.
the
Usually,
beginning of the movie,
no,
he's like,
usually
I'm
it's
on a
like the
golf
character's
course.
best friend or his sidekick finally gets to go on a pirate adventure.
Right.
That's like he's
Oh,
all
I got
excited.
you.
It's
It's
like,
like, it's like
yeah!
Lost World where
Is this
there's
the
2 A
screenplay
plots
you're
where they go to
submitting?
San Diego.
Is this
Yeah.
the
Oh, I already have it written.
Or Godzilla where their A plot is the baby's hatch.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway,
Can't wait to see your new movie.
the thing about the Muppets movie is that sometimes it feels like they're all A plots. Like there's 3 main characters really. You got Jason Segel's character, you got Kermit, who's really important in the movie, and then you got the new Muppet. His name's Walter, and this character is probably the biggest problem with the movie. He is really flat. Like if he's
They made a
supposed
new
to
one?
be, yeah, he's a new Muppet, and he's
Poochie.
Why?
he's
There's
lame,
already too
though.
many. There's already too many.
He's not Poochie. He's not like Poochie.
No, I know.
Well,
Let's go.
no.
My planet needs me.
Poochie is something though, which is when they try to make it more popular by just adding a character. But that's
Right.
not what they did in this movie. They tried to make him the main character because he does and does not fit in with the other Muppets, basically.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the character just feels like...
It's a misfit Muppet.
Kind of. But
Did he
he's just
die on the way
lame.
to his home planet?
No,
you already said that.
You already
You
made
already
that
said
joke.
that.
You already said the same joke. So, I feel like it's weird because I felt like Kermit the Frog was actually used either way too much or not enough at all. Like, I feel like if they used him a lot, then he would be the main character, and that would be it. And that's fine, because Kermit's awesome. Everyone who knows Kermit likes Kermit. Mm-hmm. Like, they like the character already. That's why they like the Muppets. So, that character could have been the whole movie. But then, he's in the movie enough to be a main character, but not enough to be the main character. And it's like, why are you telling me about how Kermit feels? I've known Kermit my whole life. Mm-hmm. I know that character already.
But not everyone else does.
Well, I feel most people going to see the Muppets, unless really little kids, might not. So you're right. But anyone older who's seeing it, they already know it. Like, it's not. And then the real main character, Walter, is just, he's just not that interesting. And the other characters are more interesting than him, basically. So, anyway, the rating for this depends on your age, I think, which if you're an adult, then I would definitely rent it. Because I think it's a good movie. I think it's worth watching. It has some funny jokes in it. It's kind of wacky, if you like wacky movies.
So I got one question. How much drums did Animal play in this movie?
He played. Actually, that is a D plot in the movie. Mm-hmm.
Animal?
It's awesome. Yeah, Animal is like a D plot in the movie, and he is actually pretty good in it. He's one of the best characters in the movie.
He's my role model.
He is probably one of the best Muppets. He's great. But if you're a parent with kids, this is probably one of the best movies you're going to find in the theater in a while. Like that, and I've heard Hugo is fantastic, so that might be better.
Yeah.
But these two movies, at the very least, are probably the best ones to watch in theaters with your kids, because the movie at no point was I like, oh my fucking god, I hate this movie. Like, in a lot of kids' movies, even ones that are good, sometimes something will come up and you're just like, oh my god, shut up. Just shut up. The waterfall scene from Goonies, which is hilarious.
It's our time. Our time
really,
down here.
It's like the worst speech ever.
Yeah.
So that movie was good. I liked it. I would recommend it. Either a theater or a rental, depending. And then 50-50, I know that you've seen, Michael, and Alex saw it.
Oh, I didn't know you saw it too. Okay.
It's directed by Jonathan Levine, and it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen. And that one's getting close to leaving theaters, but I just got around to watching it. I would say that in a lot of ways it's almost the opposite of the Muppets movie, because it's really like downplayed, and it's very much an A-plot movie. Like the whole movie.
There is one plot for the most part.
And I think that certain movies that work, certain movies it doesn't. The only real subplot is the stuff with like the girlfriend and stuff.
Which is, I think, the biggest problem of the movie.
I think some of it is, you can kind of see stuff coming before, but pretty much the whole movie is about a character who Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, he gets stage 4 cancer in his spine, and his chances of living, but obviously based on the movie's title, is about 50-50 of beating this cancer.
Like 51-49, but they rounded it.
Yeah.
To make it sound better.
Well, it's after the debate.
Yeah.
So it's a very severe type of cancer that can easily kill you. So he has most of the movie's about dealing with everything that comes along with that, which is like, chemotherapy, your family, relationships, and also his best friend, who's like simultaneously really supportive and also a pain in the ass at the same time. And of course that's played by Seth Rogen. Now the interesting thing about this movie, and I think why I like it so much, is that it feels really genuine. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for that, because Will Reiser, who wrote the movie, actually did have really bad cancer, and he beat it. And the most interesting thing about it, actually, which I didn't know until I was reading up on it, is that Seth Rogen is his real friend and basically plays himself in the movie. Like, he was the guy who helped him beat cancer, like being his friend. And I think that, normally, you can't write a movie about going to space unless you're John Glenn and have it be, autobiographical. But when it's something like this, where it's like, obviously the movie's more about his emotions than it is about like what cancer does, and it feels just very real when you're watching it. All the characters feel legitimate.
Much like Adam Sandler and Billy Madison.
Yeah, exactly. His life was pretty much... Well, he did go back through high school. So.
And doobie.
But, you know, I don't even know what you guys think of it a little bit.
What I think of this movie is a lot of times you'll get movies like this where, you know, they like crack jokes a lot with like Seth Rogen and stuff at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it gets serious and all of a sudden it gets mushy at the very end. Mm-hmm. They combine it all together all at the same time. It's not just like, oh, now it's going to get serious. Now it's going to get funny.
Yeah, it's kind of all
I like how it's all at the
happening.
same time where all of a sudden there's a funny joke. Ah, that was funny, making fun of you because you have cancer. Ha, 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 whatever.
Yeah, it's that kind of... it feels kind of like that Apatow type tone of the movie, which is like, you know, even when something horrible is happening, they'll throw something in there to lighten it up a little bit, which, you know, depends on the movie. It works or it doesn't, but usually when it's well written,
So it's almost like a black comedy, or
it's a comedy drama, but it's more of a drama. I guess.
I would say it's more of a drama.
But it does have some funny parts in it, and it's, you know, it's just good writing.
Definitely
basically.
entertaining.
Yes, it is.
So what's that on the rating then?
Well, I'll let him.
Well, I'm just
Theater.
I would say besides the B plot with the therapist, which I think they handled as best as they could. It's just I think inherently was a difficult idea.
There are a couple weird.
And it's like I think besides that, I thought that movie was great. I thought the acting was really, really well done, and like you said, the script was really solid. So, you know, and it was directed fine. There was nothing. It wasn't flat, but it wasn't.
The cinematography was actually really good in it.
I thought it was good.
There were some parts, like there's a lot of the movie is normal, straight on shots, but there were a few camera shots that I was like, this is fantastic. It looks great.
And the movie bombed.
It did bad, yeah, and it's not surprising, but
didn't
that's
cost
why.
that much, though.
Again, that's why I'm doing this segment, because maybe people will go see it before it leaves theaters.
No one wants to
get a
see
chance.
people with cancer when there's Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Yeah, I watched that on a plane, so I've seen that as many times as 50-50.
So, at any rate, if you like, well, either dramas, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who you should like, because he's fantastic, and then Seth Rogen is, even in his worst roles, is usually moderately funny. So, you know, if you like any of those people or things, then you'll like this movie. I mean,
If you like cancer, then go ahead.
if you enjoy cancer,
I love it.
You might not like cancer because it's about him going against cancer.
Oh.
You might not like it then. But yeah, you should watch it in theaters before it goes out of I mean, it's fantastic. And if you're an adult, I mean, obviously you can't bring your kids to a movie about cancer, but if you're an adult who likes good writing,
Or just a bad adult.
Funny thing, funny thing when I saw
Be a
that movie in
bad
theaters, is two old people walked out in the very beginning because there's like some cock jokes and stuff. It was pretty funny.
That's
It's like 1
stupid
minute
as
in.
fuck.
So funny.
that's like Magnolia, where those people walked out in the first scene because he's talking about his dick. He got all mad about it.
Well,
Get over yourself.
I know, right?
I think it's time to move on if you're done.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. So all I want to say is just that, like, you know, these are two examples of movies that are worth watching in theaters. I'm not, you know, I'll go talk about movies on here quite a bit. I want to start watching more movies in theaters, but I'm probably not going to try not to talk about bad movies that much because it's like, I want people to go and see movies that are worth watching, and so those movies are the ones that will actually make money.
So the next movie you're going to see is Sherlock Holmes 2.
Yeah, I saw the first one in theaters. I will not make that mistake again.
I will say sometimes there's like really highly rated movies that sometimes have complex plots and stuff. This one's plot is not complex at all. It's extremely simple.
it's
So
very-
anyone that it's like they're like, I don't know. Usually these high class movies, I don't know if I want to follow this. This is super easy to follow. Anyone could watch this.
Yeah, it is. It's
A
very
12-year-old could watch this and completely understand everything that's
Yeah,
going
so
on.
all you dumb listeners, go watch it.
I'm just saying.
The only other thing that me and Mike talked about before was that the Muppets movie shows the problem with Rotten Tomatoes, which is that if a movie is like a 7 out of 10, but it's universally liked, it'll look like it's a 98% or something. And then you'll watch it and you're like, that was pretty good. But then you're like, why was it 98%? It wasn't that good. It wasn't incredible. But that's the problem with
Well, that's because it's either
That's why I
approve
don't
or
look-
disapprove.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly don't look at Rotten Tomatoes because of that reason. It drives me nuts.
I
I think a
still
lot
look
of
at
bad movies get fresh ratings because a lot of
It's either
critics suck.
yeah, it's
The problem with that is
disapprove, and if it's a 75.
superhero movies, because most of them,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they're good, they're worth watching. So it's like a 90. It's like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah, it was better than most of them. Like, you read the positive reviews.
was
There's a
okay.
tomato next to it. You're like, yeah, I didn't fall asleep. It's like, what? That sounds awful. I don't want to watch that.
So,
Okay, moving on.
that's it. Go to the theaters, watch good movies.
Speaking about movies, Alex, we got some movies to rate, don't we? Come on, son.
To rate? No, we're not rating them. We're choosing them.
Oh.
Turnip.
So I wrote down what movies made the most this weekend. We got
You didn't do this
Twilight.
last week, did you?
We didn't pick any.
We didn't pick any last week.
Twilight number 1, 41 million. Muppets number 2, 31 million. Happy Feet number 3, 13 million.
They are losing. By the way, they fired 600 people off their staff, the Happy Feet team.
Really?
So they're toast.
Was that DreamWorks?
Yeah, but it's a different company that makes them.
And 4 and 5 are Arthur Christmas, 12 million. Hugo, 11 million.
All bombs.
Just because they're
Those
one-
bottom
one.
3, all huge bombs.
You know what? And nothing comes out this week, so they're fucking
Really?
stupid.
So what was the top 3?
Every single movie come out is a limited release.
Oh.
I mean,
Wow.
the movies coming out that I wrote down the only ones I've seen trailers for is
This is going to be a hard week.
is the Sleeping Beauty movie. I was like, this looks kind of like a whatever. It looks kind of lame. And this other movie I saw with Michael Fassbender called Shame, which is actually rated NC-17. They just
Oh,
they
so
said,
that's
"Fuck
not-
it,
Oh, yeah,
we're
so
taking
that's
it."
going to get
That
$1
movie's supposed to
million
be
at
Yeah,
that
it's supposed to be really good though.
That movie's supposed to be awesome.
Won like best film at Venice Film Festival and stuff. And
That's hard
I like
to win.
Michael Fassbender. I like him. So
Yeah, he's good.
Yes.
So what was the top 3 you just said?
You're just saying those.
Yeah.
Twilight, Muppets, Happy Feet.
There you go. That's my pick.
I'm not going to do that.
Everyone picking Twilight first.
I'm not picking Twilight first because it's their third week. I'm going to pick Muppets first,
Yeah.
Twilight second, and third's tough. I think third, I'm going to get kind of crazy on it and pick. I don't know if I want to do that.
If you're thinking Hugo.
I'm going to do Hugo because their cinema score's A. So people walking out of the theater like it. Whereas with Happy Feet and the other one, they are not getting A's. They're getting like B- and C's, which is really bad.
I'm going to say, Muppets, Twilight, and then Arthur Christmas.
You think
that
more
was
people-
my other.
I don't
thing was
understand why
thinking
people
of.
think more people are going to go see Muppets when there's Edward and he sparkles and there's a baby or something. I mean, Twilight.
Shut up.
Because
Okay, what do you
their
pick?
Because
favorite-
it's been out a couple weeks
Yeah,
already.
and also their
That's
fan
why.
base drops off hard.
The same as last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well I picked Twilight, Muppets, Arthur.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, the reason I picked not Twilight first is because what happens with Twilight is it's one of those things where it's kind of like Harry Potter's different because it's so huge that it trails on, but like most movies based on franchises that are really popular, they tend to draw a huge crowd for the first couple weeks, and then they drop off.
I think it's going to be actually
But
the same
also-
though as Titanic, where the same people go see it
Little
like
girls
10
like
times
to
in a row.
read see movies again.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, but Eclipse didn't do that. Eclipse had
Yeah, but this
huge
is the
opening and
end.
then
Yeah, but now there's
dropped.
nothing
This is-
coming out.
This is the end part
Oh
one.
yeah, the beginning of the end.
the beginning of
This
the
is
end.
the one where they get married, right?
By the way, I guess
Nothing more than weddings.
She won't jump on a random guy's motorbike in this one. No, no, sir.
My question is, what happened to that? What happened to that Asian kid who knew everything about the school?
Oh yeah, that character was great in the first movie. There's this kid. I don't know. I guess
Asian dude, what was
maybe he's important in the books. I don't know. But there's this kid who literally just knows everything about everyone at their school, and he just pops up randomly like a gopher and
It's
just tells her. He
exposition.
just splats exposition all over her face, like, bleh, and it's like, okay, now you know what's going on in school. He just disappears.
You're
again.
getting into exposition porn now.
I love that character.
one thing I heard on the radio is, and to fucking Twilight PR at its best, they're like that steamy love scene in Breaking Dawn Part 1. That steamy PG-13.
Yeah, with
sex
no
scene.
no tits or anything. Yeah,
that
it's steamy.
scene.
Is this
It actually was steamier, but the MPA went too steamy, yo. So, guess what's going to be on the director's cut DVD?
Oh,
The end of the Brown Bunny.
Yes,
That's what it's going to be.
I wish they would just cut that in.
Chloe Sevigny giving a real blowjob. That's just the end of the movie.
Vincent Gallo isn't pale enough, but that's saying a lot.
This is just gonna be
He's pretty fucking
Kristen
pale.
Stewart's back in the the director's version. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
I don't know though. Like they could show a tit in PG-13.
No, they can't
No,
unless
you
it's
can't.
art.
Yeah, you can.
Unless it's
No.
art.
Only,
if it's art.
only if it's not sex related,
only if
like
it's
Titanic.
Spielberg.
You're thinking of Titanic,
No,
and
because
that is
he was
Cameron.
drawing a picture of her.
And
Yeah,
by
it
the
was art.
way, he only got away with that because he's James Cameron. There
Yeah,
was a
oh, yeah,
lot of
that's
people that
why.
are fucking pissed about that because they, like, a lot of directors were like, what the fuck? I showed like thighs and I got an R rating.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, anyways,
America hates sex because we're stupid.
yeah, you know.
So I think we're
Love
gonna move
food
on,
porn.
son,
why?
to top 5.
God damn
That
it.
joke's not played out yet.
I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, number 5. This actually happened to me. So I was out of town for the last week, and I coming back last night on an airplane, United Airways flight. I'm walking on the airplane. Yeah, walking on the airplane. You know, we're all shuffling down the rows to get to our seats, and it stops for like 2 minutes. So I look down the row, and there's this 50-year-old woman there, and she's talking to a flight attendant. She's like, "I can't sit in the seat." And I'm like, "Is the seat broken?" No, she can't sit in the seat because it's a middle seat. She was stuck in the middle seat.
You don't. You
She
don't
was
have
like,
a choice
I'm
on
not
that.
sitting in the middle.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm not sitting in the middle." The
You
flight
do have a
attendant-
choice on that when you order the fucking ticket.
Yeah.
No, you usually don't. They just pick you a seat, and if you have open ones available, you can change it.
Yeah.
But there probably was.
Guess
since
what?
it's the
No,
holidays.
no, there was open seats available because I changed mine.
Oh.
So the first thing I asked Ryan was
Oh.
she fat and overweight?
No, she wasn't, but she was old and she looked like she hated herself. So anyway,
So she was old.
the flight attendant went off someplace, and eventually the line wasn't moving for about 2 minutes. So someone swapped seats with her, but she is a huge cunt and fuck you. So that's
Did she
number
buy
5.
that guy a drink for switching seats?
No, I should have.
That is stupid.
Hey,
Well, it's the typical thing with like, it's the idea that the customer's always right,
Matt-
which is gone now, but old people still believe that,
Yeah.
and so they think they can get anything they
Oh
want.
yeah,
all
by the way,
time.
this isn't related to my thing, but I gotta say, fuck you, U.S. Airways. It's $35 to move to an exit row seat.
yes, it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how much you have to pay for the honor and responsibility. Of
Yeah, the responsibility of helping everyone on the flight not die in a fire.
So,
You would just jump right out.
Yes, I
You would
would.
just jump right out. You wouldn't help
Yeah.
anyone.
Well, it's funny because I normally fly Northwest, and they don't charge you for moving.
They
I
want you to
will
jump
say,
out.
imagine if an Arab guy with a big fucking turban, just like hitting the ceiling of the airplane, he walks in, he's like, I'm not going to sit in the middle seat. Dude, that guy would have gotten fucking killed. He would have gotten detained,
Yeah,
thrown out.
he'd
But
get
this old
put off
lady,
the
it's
plane.
like,
Shut your
give her
pot hole,
away.
lady. Sit down, you old bag.
We should. I think
That's
we-
racial profiling right
Yeah,
there.
equal opportunity, man. Treat
should-
them the
they should
same.
tackle her.
Beat her, kick her, take her wallet.
Well, you mean waterboarder.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's
It's
just
not
like,
torture.
It's just like a
not.
just like a dip in the pool, man.
Dip in the pool. All right, let's go.
God damn it.
Love the old dip in the pool.
So speaking of U.S. foreign policy,
Number 4.
Iran and Hezbollah caught all the CIA spies at Pizza Hut. Now, I found this at Gawker, but this is actually from AP and ABC News, so this is a legit story. So what happened was the CIA has lost a majority of its agent network in Lebanon, which they're being accused of kind of basically siphoning terrorists between there and Iran, right? So they were there to get more information on that. So the CIA, what they did is, Lebanon controls their cell phone network.
Yeah.
So they're looking for shit, right? They're looking for spies. They're looking for shit. Well, they decided on a code word for a meetup. The code word was pizza. So it said, we're going to have a meetup, and then it said pizza. So then they went, oh, what pizza places are there in Lebanon? There's not many. So they met at a Pizza Hut, and basically they had this meeting, and there was all these... We haven't gotten to use that one much.
No, yeah, man.
But there were people in that Pizza Hut waiting for these guys to come in. And they just caught them, and now they're all exposed.
Was it a combination?
CIA that was there?
Taco
You said it was a CIA?
I would threw them off. What's
You
that?
said it was a CIA?
It was CIA, yeah.
So they were like, no way they're going to a Pizza Hut when they saw it. It's like, no fucking way.
Yeah, he's just like,
Let's
can't-
check it out anyway. All right,
yeah,
guys.
they probably had like one guy on it. Yeah, get the rookie. Just
Some guys
put
at the
him out
grocery
there.
store at the bagel bites section. You're just like,
They have a few of them at various places.
one pizzone,
So
One
why
calzone, please.
pizza? Why couldn't they have gone with like shitty food or something?
Well, you said what? Dirt lot.
No, that's what he said.
That's what I said. Yeah, they should have just said dirt lot.
Dirt lot. Yeah.
It'd be like they'd never ever find them.
Yeah, if it was a combo Pizza Hut taco, but that would have been even more obvious. They said Pizza Taco.
They said Pizza
Like,
Hut.
oh.
They said Pizza Hut Wing Street.
Which one, the Wing Street one or the normal?
Holy shit.
Number 3, I don't understand how this is not number 1.
Because
Kohl's Black Friday ad.
Have you read number 1?
Yeah,
and
have you read
2
number
yet?
1 yet?
Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty good.
I don't even need to say anything. Just play the clip.
I will.
It's Black Friday, gotta go to Kohl's on Black Friday. Everybody's going there at midnight, Black Friday. Something that rhymes with Friday.
This is a Kohl's ad.
Done. I'll be done with this list by the week.
Yeah!
Now my question is, how much did Rebecca Black make from this?
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Not her, but probably the producers. Whoever
Yeah,
wrote the
her
song.
that little company that she was working with.
Whoever wrote that song made a ton of money. But
Fuck America.
that
Goddamn.
ad's even better because
On the
she
video.
fucking steals someone else's stuff out of the
Yeah,
cart.
yeah, she takes stuff out of their cart.
Yep.
This is the American music industry.
You gotta
It's
say,
a visual
have
allegory.
you guys ever stolen another?
allegory.
Have you guys ever stolen another item from another customer?
No.
I did that once when
You
I was
did.
when I was 6 years old. Some
Oh,
4-year-old kid
okay.
grabbed a Ninja Turtle toy, and I wanted it so bad. I'm like, "Give me that!"
Holy shit.
it was one. Of the, I think it was Baxter. I wanted it so bad.
Baxter?
Yeah, Baxter Stockman.
That's awesome. He was the fly.
My
version?
bro's like, "You found him?" Like, "Yeah, I stole it from someone." He's like, "Good."
Did they have a figure? Did they have a figure of the original Baxter before he's a fly? Did
No,
that
I
exist?
don't know if they did.
I don't remember that one either.
I had the fly Baxter.
I love how
That
we're
was at
talking
K-
about
that was at a-
Baxter.
That was at
Baxter
KB
Stockman.
Toys too. So
Yeah, oh God, KB,
KB
toys.
toys.
So basically, if you're
Fuck you,
going to
Kohl's.
steal things from people's cart, just do it at Kohl's. And when security asks you what you're doing, just say, "Oh, I'm just doing what you do in your fucking advertisement."
Well, no, when they ask what you're doing, you just
It's
go.
Black Friday.
Yeah, and then they'll just leave.
And then they take you out.
Yeah, they'll just run away. They'll be like, "Ah!"
Can't stand that song.
Number 2, pepper spray is a food product.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I guess what you
So
got
this is
No, this is more Benson found this one, but
Oh, I don't have the article.
well, anyways,
up
what
anymore.
happened was
I got it.
they were talking about the UC Davis protests and how that guy just kind of casually walked
so
up to
funny.
him
Oh, dude.
and just sprayed him with pepper spray.
Yeah, if
He
you
did
haven't
not
seen
give
that,
a fuck.
No.
if you haven't seen that video, you should watch it because
I think it's
pretty
funny.
totally nonchalantly, just like, whoop, whoop, like
Yeah,
he
he
looks like
does
he's
not
basting
care.
turkeys or something.
Okay, so apparently the clip is from Fox News.
It's from the O'Reilly
O'Reilly.
family.
Yeah, it's from O'Reilly.
But it's that bitch that hosts the show midday.
Yeah,
It's like
yes.
the midday
Megyn
host.
Kelly.
So
Megyn Kelly,
here's
yeah.
a clip.
First of all, pepper spray. That just burns your eyes, right?
Right. I mean, it's like a derivative of actual pepper. It's a food product, essentially. But a lot.
So, oh yeah, I left out really or whatever it was.
Yeah, or well,
Rarely.
Real deal.
So when I make eggs, I just get my pepper spray out and it's kind of spritz
Yeah.
in a bit.
Well, I usually forget to put it on, so I put it in my mouth and I just spray the
Oh,
pepper
yeah.
spray in my mouth as well.
Okay, it makes no sense. Look, if pepper spray is a fucking food product, then canola oil can go in my car.
well, also
can
it
if you get a
make
biodiesel
it right.
conversion.
I don't have biodiesel.
You know what? I eat mustard gas almost all the time.
Delicious.
It's really good on burgers.
It is.
How do you eat
Potent.
ess?
Just kind
kinda-
of spray
Well,
it
he
in
doesn't
your
want
mouth.
Kinda
He
waste
puts
in
it
your
on
mouth.
anesthetic mouth cover, and it just pumps mustard gas in.
You just want the after
delicious.
effects of actually eating the mustard, so you just.
So pepper spray, not only does it fuck up your eyes, it destroys the mucus in your mouth and nose and makes it so you can't breathe, and it's very painful apparently.
Yeah, but it's just.
Oh,
just
it can cause
pepper.
permanent damage.
Hey, some food products are painful.
Yeah, have you ever eaten like a whole bunch of hot wings? And
I
then
had
the
a friend who
next
ate a
day-
Baconator.
Oh God!
Why wasn't that in your food segment?
No, I don't know. I didn't think of Baconator.
Yeah, that's the most. This
Wasn't
is
like Bill
another-
O'Reilly shitting on her too or something?
No, he just went. He basically after she said all that shit, he just went like, Oh, yeah. And he kind of moved on. Like he
obviously
didn't
want to take account for it.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
like, you stewing your own shit.
Yeah, he did not
like,
want to.
Fuck you.
He did not want to take that one on.
He's kind of like, well, I don't know about that, but
yeah, it's just another example of super lazy journalism where you clearly have no fucking clue what you're talking
Fox
about.
News is
I think she knows exactly what she's doing. I think she knows it's a serious product, but she's like, I'm gonna convey it this way because it's best for our agenda.
I think you confuse Fox News with actual journalism.
So why was this dude spraying so
but
much pepper spray anyway? Why was he just like basting them? I don't understand it.
Dude, he didn't give a fuck. He just goes and does it.
It's pretty funny.
Because they were in the way of the sidewalk. So, get out of the way of the sidewalk.
Were they in a free speech zone?
No, they were not. They need to go to the free speech zone.
America's not a free speech zone.
No, it's not. Definitely not anymore.
It's like, go a little bit more to the left, and then they're like behind a building. There's a free speech. Yeah.
No, that's the pit in Mr. Burns' office that opens up and they fall down. That's what the free speech zone is.
Okay, so number one, which is worse than both Rebecca Black and pepper
way
spray.
worse.
Yep.
U.S. is sued by AIG for $25 billion over the takeover.
Okay, so I shouldn't say that AIG is suing them. Shareholders, stakeholders, major stakeholders that used to be a part of AIG
are suing the U.S. government because the U.S. government basically bailed out AIG.
No, they are not mad that they bailed them out. They don't care about that. They loved that they got bailed out. But they didn't like that the government threw all of them out of the positions that they held.
Yeah.
And they lost like all of their stocks and all that shit. So that's what they're pissed about. And this guy, Hank Greenberg, who, by the way, is a bona fide criminal. If you see the Client 9 Elliot Spitzer documentary, this guy committed so much financial fraud in the last decade. And this guy's a CEO. He was directly involved with major accounting fraud, fraudulent sales, fraudulent insurance claims, all sorts of shit. This guy was horrible. And now he got bailed. He had $180 billion in the red for AIG. They were screwed.
Right.
The U.S. government did not need to at all, but they came in and they went, you know what, we're going to save your company, but you can't stay in it anymore. And now, in return, he is suing them for $25 billion. I wish this guy lived in a third world country because he would be dead. Yeah. He would get shot in the fucking
It should be
head.
stated that the basis of the lawsuit is based on the fact that this guy, Hank Greenberg, said that it violated the Fifth Amendment, which bars the taking of private property for public use without just compensation. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem with that is that just compensation was not them fucking over the entire financial market.
Yeah, he doesn't think that.
Yeah.
He thinks he should have gotten paid out.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't have to file for bankruptcy, basically.
Yeah.
Isn't that just compensation?
Also, and you know what? This is one thing that Hank Greenberg's actually kind of right about. That Fifth Amendment doesn't apply to criminals, right? Now, we never charged him with anything, so that's our own fucking fault a little bit. So it's kind of interpreted. He's not really interpreting completely
thanks
wrong.
for the money. Oh, now I don't have any. Give me some more.
He does. He has billions of dollars still.
I don't have as much as I want. Give me some more.
Dude, this guy.
It's the financial system. And then I guess, do we have a bonus one this week?
Yeah, we do.
Look at
It's
me.
a song.
I'm a dog.
Okay, I think if we don't have, we'll just fade out over it. Thanks for watching the T40's podcast. I just got rid of the thing that said the number on it, but it's podcast
218-666-8407. I finally remember it.
Okay, thank you. It's also podcast at T40's.com. I'm sure you'll have a lot to say off of our terrible segments.
Next week we have a debate, so send in some debate.
Oh yeah,
questions.
debate.
Oh yeah,
me and Benson are going to debate. So Ryan won last time, so whoever wins that will face against Ryan.
Send some questions in.
The game of the century.
The game.
It will go 0-7
the Harbocalypse.
The Harbocalypse.
Thanks for listening.
We're actually under time. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that. So you got to play an outro here.
Yeah, you got to play Black Friday.
You want to play Black Friday and fade it out?
We're going to listen to this for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah, just play it.
Oh, I can't do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll just make it clip.
Now just play all your sound clips at once.
I can do that.
No, turn it off.